In this video, we got another episode of the Start Bench Cut series. If you guys don't know what this series is, basically you guys will let me know 3 players on Twitter at xevantanaka. I'll put out a tweet saying, let me know 3 players for a Start Bench Cut video, and then you guys will respond in the replies down below with 3 different players, and then I'll tell you, for example, like out of Pippin, Clay, and Vince, which player I would start, which player I'd bench, and then which player I would cut. So basically, out of the 3 players, which I think is the best, the second best, and then the worst. So you guys can let me know in the YouTube comment section. Let me know 3 different players down below that you guys want to see me do a Start Bench Cut with, you know, so you can let me know, I don't know, LeBron, Giannis, and Tatum or something like that. I'll let you know who I'd start, who I'd bench, and then who I'd cut. But let's just get into the first one here. You guys will kind of understand as we go. First one is going to be from the Real Laker fan. He says Pippen, Vince, and Carmelo on next gen. Now I'm assuming he means shooting guard, right? Because I mean, the only guy that can play small forward here that's actually good at small forward is Scottie Pippen. So I'm assuming he's just talking about shooting guard. I would say for me, I think Vince, I don't know, between Pippen and Vince, it's really between those two who's going to start and bench. I'm going to cut Carmelo. I don't think he's that great of a shooting guard. I think he's basically just Pink Diamond version, just put at shooting guard. So I don't think he's that amazing. For me, I think at the shooting guard position, I'm really back and forth of who I think is better between Pippen and Vince. I'm going to give Vince the nod. So I'm going to put Vince, I'm going to start Vince, bench Pippen, and then cut Carmelo Anthony. Next one here is going to be DeMar, Pippen, and Terry. This one's a little bit more, actually, no, this one's not close at all in my opinion. It's actually start Pippen, bench Terry Dishinger, and then cut DeMar DeRozan. I just really don't feel like DeMar is that amazing. He's not a bad shooting guard whatsoever, but I just don't feel like he's on the same level as guys like Terry and guys like Scottie Pippen. Like Pippen's such a good defender, gives you such good all-around play, and Terry Dishinger is a great tall 6'7" shooting guard with a very good jump shot and very good dribble stakes. Those cards I definitely think are a lot better than a guy like DeMar DeRozan. Next one is going to be Jaylen Brown, DeMar, and Klay Thompson, and this one is probably really close, and definitely the most closest one we talked about so far. I mean, and JB, DeMar is a close debate. Klay Thompson's another close debate. I think for me, I'm definitely going to be starting Jaylen Brown. I think he's the best out of the bunch. I like him more than DeMar and Klay Thompson as well. So he's going to be starting. And then I feel like it really just comes down to DeMar DeRozan versus Klay. And I think I'm leaning towards DeMar because I feel like he fits the meta a little bit more than Klay Thompson. I kind of want to see their stats and their comparison. So DeMar's a little bit taller, 1 inch taller. Doesn't really make that big of a difference. Stats wise, Klay's actually the better defender by a decent amount, like +5 interior, +5 perimeter, +9 steals a difference. I mean, DeMar's way better going to the rim though, with a +17 driving dunk. So very close, I would say. You know, DeMar's a little bit faster, has a higher vertical. Badge count wise, basically the same. I mean, Klay's got 2 more gold badges. Klay will most likely have, he'll definitely have more shooting badges, and then DeMar will have more finishing and maybe more playmaking. So it's a really close debate. I think I want to lean towards DeMar DeRozan just because I feel like his ability to get to the basket and a slash of the rim is a lot better than Klay's, but Klay's a better defender. So honestly, that's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly sure. You guys can let me know between Klay and DeMar who you guys would take. I think I'm gonna lean towards DeMar DeRozan. Jump shot wise as well, I'm not sure whose release I like more. I think I probably like DeMar's a little bit more, and I think his movement, they're both the same. I mean, these are very similar cards, like at least skill level wise. I'm gonna say bench DeMar and cut Klay Thompson, but honestly I think that's such a close debate, and you could really go either way with this one. Next one's gonna be from Wayne. He says LeBron, Giannis, and Tim. These are the 3 best small forwards. I just posted a top 10 small forward list earlier today, so I'm not going to go too in detail. If you guys want to see my reasonings and my explanation, you guys can go watch that video, because these are obviously the top 3 small forwards. I would start LeBron, bench Tim, and then cut Giannis. LeBron, easily the best small forward in the game, legit has no flaws with that dark matter LeBron card. And then I think Tim at the small forward position is a better small forward than Giannis. I think Giannis is still the better card than Tim, because I feel like Giannis is better at power forward with his height, his wingspan, and his jump shot. So I feel like for me, I'd rather play Giannis at the 4. So I would start LeBron, bench Tim, and then cut Giannis. Next one is going to be Pippen, Klay, and Vince. Very similar to this one, you know, up here, just except without Vince. And it's going to be Klay instead of Carmelo. It's the same one. Start Vince, bench Pippen, and then cut Klay. I just don't think Klay or Carmelo are on the same level as Vince Carter and Scottie Pippen. Next one is going to be Trevor Ariza, Trey Murphy, and DFS. Ariza, I forgot, is actually a really good small forward. This is actually probably one of the closest ones, you know, between the 3 cards, because they're all very similar. Like if you compare, you know, Trevor Ariza to Trey Murphy, I think Ariza is probably going to have better stats and badges, right? He's got 32 golds. I mean, Trey Murphy actually has better badges. Height and wingspan basically the same. I mean, they are very similar cards, except I do think Ariza is a decent amount better on the defensive end. So that's kind of why I lean towards Trevor Ariza. They both have their jump shots on quick. Both don't have normal linear, and their sigs aren't great. Maybe, you know, Trey Murphy has a little bit better sigs. I do like Trey Murphy's release a decent decent amount better, but honestly, I would say start Trevor Ariza, bench Trey Murphy, and then cut DFS. I just don't think he's like that amazing. I think he's solid, but I do think Trey Murphy and Ariza are just a little bit better. Next one is going to be KG, Yi, and then Jokic. I think these could be the top 3 power forwards. I would say Dirk is probably better than Yi, but between KG and Jokic, I mean, it is somewhat closer of a debate. I think KG's got way better stats than a guy like Jokic, but Jokic just plays so well in game. I think I'm going to lean towards KG, but they're basically got the same height, same wingspan. I will say Jokic does have a way better player model, though, way wider player model, and I feel like he does not get better defensive animations, but he's just got that stockier player build, which is nice for getting paint stops. Badge count wise, basically the same. Jokic got 7 more gold badges, but when you look at the stats, I mean, yeah, KG's a much better defender. He's got a way higher driving dunk. I mean, yes, Jokic does have like a +6 3 ball, which is nice. He's got only a +1 ball handle. It is really not that much. And then if you look at the animations, the jump shot really comes down to preference. I think I still like KG's release a little bit more. I will say movement wise, I mean, even KG is better because he's got the Fox size up, which is way better than the Jimmy size up. So yeah, overall, I would say KG definitely the best power forward. I would say Jokic number 2. So I'd start KG, bench Jokic, and then I think he's solid. I mean, he's got a good jump shot, plays solid defense, but I just think Jokic and KG are just a decent amount better than a guy like Yi. Next one is going to be Galaxy with DeMar. Wait, we already had this one. Yeah, we had JB, DeMar, and Clay. That's actually really interesting. So yeah, this one, start JB, bench DeMar, and then cut Clay Thompson. Next one is going to be Tatum, Paul George, and AK. For me, it's just going to be in that order. I think it goes Tatum, Paul George, and AK. If you want to put AK over Paul George, I think that's definitely a fair debate to make because of how good of a defender AK is. I mean, he's still one of the best defenders in the game, at least all around, and does have a really good player model. But for me, I would start Tatum, bench Paul George, and then cut AK-47. Next one is going to be KD. I'm assuming, yeah, the new Kevin Durant, Galaxy Opal, Pink Diamond LeBron, and Tim Thomas. So Tim Thomas obviously going to be starting. I think he's the second best small forward in the game. Still really nice on the offensive end. But between the new Kevin Durant and the Pink Diamond LeBron, I think you want to lean towards KD. But honestly, I think you could make it. I think you want to lean towards KD. Like, I think that's probably where I'm leaning. But I feel like you could make an argument for LeBron because if you look at the stats, I mean, they're somewhat close. Like, I think Kevin Durant does have better all-around stats. Badge count-wise, obviously going to go to KD as well with more Hall of Fame badges. Jump shot-wise, also KD, I think, does have a better jump shot. I mean, even on quick timing, LeBron might have the better release. I think you got to go KD, even though I think LeBron's not that much farther behind him, and obviously his dark matter's a lot better. But I think for this one, I would say start Tim Thomas, bench KD, and then cut that Pink Diamond LeBron. But I don't think there's that big of a difference, as maybe a lot of people do think, between Kevin Durant and LeBron as well. And the next one here is going to be Embiid, Chet, and D-Rob at the 5. I think these are kind of like the next 3 centers, except for Olowokandi. He's also going to say D-Rob, Embiid, and Marcus Gasol. So I'm just going to kind of go through them. I'm not going to give too much explanation. For this one, I would say start D-Rob, bench Embiid, and then cut Chet. And then for this one, I would say start D-Rob. And in between, that's actually really close. I'm not going to lie. Between Marcus Gasol and Embiid, I feel like that is actually a very close debate. I mean, definitely start D-Rob for both of them. You know, they're kind of similar, like, you know, 3 players that he's recommended, but these two are very, very close. Embiid and Marcus Gasol, all I will say is Marcus Gasol does own Embiid in real life. But just going to throw that out there as a Raptors fan. Marcus Gasol does own Joel Embiid, but in the game, I don't know. I think you got to lean towards Embiid stats-wise because obviously as a Galaxy Opal, he's got the speed. Defensively, about the same. I mean, Embiid's a little bit better of a defender, I would say, stats and badges-wise. A little bit better going to the rim, but I will say Marcus Gasol definitely has the better jump shot and is going to be able to move a lot better with the MJ dribble style and the Kobe Bryant escape. But how much does that really matter for your center who's 7'1"? Like, does that really matter too much? I would say Marcus Gasol's also probably got a little bit better of a player model in game, at least in my opinion. And then badge count-wise, I mean, 5 more Hall of Fame badges for Embiid. I think that's really a close one, honestly. I think this is super, super close. I kind of want to lean towards Embiid. I think I'm going to go what this order is in. I think I'm going to go D-Rob starting, Embiid off the bench, and then Marcus Gasol getting cut. But a very close debate between Joel Embiid and Marcus Gasol. Next one is going to be Tis the Season LeBron, so the Pink Diamond version, Tim Thomas, and then AK. Tim Thomas obviously starting, and then once again, it just comes down to LeBron and AK. I think I do prefer Pink Diamond LeBron over AK-47. I think just as a card all around, he's a little bit better, but a very close debate in my opinion between those 2 small forwards. But for this one, I would say start Tim Thomas, bench LeBron, and then cut AK-47. Next one here is going to be Dirk, KG, and D-Rob at center. So this one's a little bit interesting at the center position. I do think KG's the best at the center spot. Then I'd say D-Rob number 2, and then I would cut Dirk. So start KG, bench D-Rob, and then cut Dirk. I just don't think Dirk's really good at playing the 4. I don't think he's black good at playing the 5. I would just recommend playing him at the 4. And then last one here, guys, is going to be from Dash. He says Diamond Shea, Pink Diamond Fox, and Westbrook trophy case. So A little bit interesting one here with the point guards. I would say you probably want to start Shea, bench Westbrook, and then cut Fox. I'm not exactly sure who I prefer between Fox and Westbrook, but I would say start Shea for sure. And then between Westbrook and Fox is definitely a close debate. I'd probably bench Westbrook and then cut De'Aaron Fox. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said at the start of the video, 3 different players, and I'll tell you guys who I would start, who I'd bench, and then who I would cut. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.